Hi everybody, welcome along today. It's Saturday, so it's our normal day to do a live. You may have noticed, however, that during the week and last weekend we also have been doing lives every single day. I hope you're enjoying them. I'm really enjoying doing them, and the community we have around us is so supportive. So thanks everyone for being here with me as often as you can be. Right, this brings us on to what day do we have? The 9th, I think. So let's have a quick look through this, and just for people that have just happened across us, that haven't got a clue what we're doing, just a really quick recap. So we are doing an altered book. This was an ordinary book that I ripped some pages out of, stuck other pages, existing pages together to give me a thicker page. Every time I start, I have to shout over the dog. So all in all, we had 31 double pages a day for each day in January. And I had some floating pages left in between them that I could make pockets with or whatever. So this is the book that I chose, and I chose it purely because I loved the paper. And it was kind of the right size, but you can use any book. And if you don't have any book suitable, or you feel like you really don't want to rip a book up, and I can understand that, use a folder, use pieces of paper and put them into a folder. Anything really. At the end of this 31 days, what I'm hoping is that we'll have a book that when we're making a journal, we can look back on and say, oh yeah, I liked that page. I'm going to do that page in my journal. So you'll have it there to look at as a reference. So let's see where we've come to so far. This will be covered, as will the book cover, in the fullness of time, but I'm ignoring that temporarily. So this was January the 1st, New Year's Day, and we started it with Shabby Chic. What better way is there to start? And this was one of the pages where I had a spare single page there, which I made into this pocket. Now, into that pocket, on a Tuesday, we also do a thing called Take 5, where I give you 5 prompts. It can be anything. It could be stamping, stenciling, ribbon, ink, anything. And I give you 5, and I make up whatever it is, a journaling card, a tag, a pocket, an envelope, then and there in front of you, and you go away and you make your version of something using those 5 prompts. And I was thinking that this, with the pockets in it and whatever, would be a nice place to keep those Take 5s. So not only would we have the idea for the page for a journal, we'd also have the ideas from the Take 5s that we could also use. So hopefully this is going to be a repository of ideas. So that's day 1. Day 2 was the mushroom page. I still like this page. It's got mini pom-poms down the side, which appeals to the child in me, and lots of mushrooms, some leaves which are a bit 3D. It says mushroom toadstool and the date there, 2nd of Jan, and it's got a pocket in it there. This is the giant envelope page, although that wasn't the prompt for this page. I think the prompt was, I can't remember, what does it say? Green theme. That was the prompt for this. So it's got these embossed circles on it, butterflies, these shiny little butterflies, an embossed number 3 there, and the pocket itself has got a gusset. And you just know, guys, don't you? You just know I have to do this and show you the gusset. Look at it. It works superbly well. And in there I have put one of my Take 5s, which was the green theme Take 5, and it fits nicely into there, which is kind of perfect, really. And it ties up with this thin twine, and it's quite secure. So we learnt how to make that, so we can adapt that to any page we like. We can make it narrower, we can make it smaller, alter it any which way, but we have the basis of it there. On the 4th, I think the prompt was acetate, and I made a little acetate window, which you can't see very well because I used the same paper for that and that, which was a bit of a mistake really, but that's fine it's fine to make mistakes, because then you know when you come to use it in your journal not to do the same mistake. But you can see when I put something in that pocket, it will show up, this acetate window with a butterfly in it. We put pearls around there, and it looks very pretty actually. And then day 5, the prompt was eyelets, and this is what I did with my eyelets. I made this corset page, and so many of you had a go at it. Honestly, it was amazing. I absolutely loved seeing them. I really, really did. It was brilliant. That was the 5th. Laced it all up, put some lace around there. Nice page. You could shabby that up, you could pretty it up, you could do anything you wanted with that. That's just a good base page to use in your journal. Then for this page, I think it was tummy tuck. Tummy tuck is what we call a belly band in our group. So here is the main tummy tuck there, but then we've got another one here with a little tag in. So we've got that tummy tuck and this tummy tuck. Then we've got a little collage here in the corner with a little butterfly and the numeral 6 there. So that's that. This one is 7, and it was gessoed and sponged, then stamped, then decoupaged with this little pocket here. And that brought us to yesterday, which is just an envelope extravaganza. Probably my favourite page so far. It's a pile of envelopes, and they're held on by this twine, which comes from the back and through these eyelets here, so the paper doesn't get torn, because it's got the eyelets to support it. And the numeral 8 there in the corner, which brings us to today, which is day 9. Day 9. Only going up to 31, so we're getting there. So this is one of these pages that's got, this is the double page here, so it's the sturdy one. But in between this page and this page, I've got a single page, and I'm going to make that into a pocket. Now I can make it any size pocket that I want. I could do that with it, but I'm not. I'm going to do a vertical pocket with it, and I'm probably going to. Well, before I do that, let's just tell you what the prompt is, shall we? That's probably the sensible thing. So the prompt for today, the 9th of January, is altered paperclip. There we have it. So let me find my pencil and put a ring around that. Altered paperclip, 9th. Okay. So there's our list of prompts. There's loads still to go at because we've got loads of days. Actually, this top left-hand corner is getting a bit full. I'm going to have to think about doing something over here, I think. Just because I've picked altered paperclip doesn't mean to say that I can't use anything from any of the others. You know, I could still stamp on it. I could still use embossing powder on it. I could use a washi sticker on it. You can use what you want as long as you end up with an altered paperclip. That's all. That's the top and bottom of that. We also decided yesterday that almost everyone, I think, has got 12 by 12 pads that are just multiplying on them, and they can't use them up. And I am exactly the same. I have got a stack down here. A real stack. I don't know how many there is, 12, 15, something like that. And I never really use them. So I'm going to try and use those up if I possibly can. Right, brings us back to today, and I'm going to make a pocket, bearing in mind I've got an altered paper clip, so I want somewhere to clip it. So I'm thinking the edge of this pocket's looking like a contender for that. So let's fold this over, nice and square. Like that. So that's going to be our pocket, but I'm going to put paper on that. So I mean, you don't have to put paper on this, bearing in mind that it is really just an ideas book for you. But if you want it to look really pretty, then and you know, finished sort of piece, then put paper on it, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use some of my 12 by 12. All of the 12 by 12s I pulled out this morning were double-sided, and I don't really want to use those up on a project like this because you're never going to see the back of them. So, you're not going to see inside the pocket. This is going to be stuck down, so you're never going to see it. So, this was the one that I found that is single-sided. So let's have a look through here. See what we can find that we like. I mean, that's pretty in its own right. I just don't know when I'd use it. That's okay, I suppose. That's kind of probably more in keeping with what I've got in mind. They could easily be fussy cut out and used, I think. Yeah, I don't want to use those up. I think you could, I could see me using that, so I'm not going to use that one either. These are sort of, I don't know, they've got a word, cutaway, cut-alongs, I don't know, I'm not sure. What have I got at the front there? Right, okay. Yeah, I'll go with that one that I thought was a contender. Now I can't even remember which it is. That one. Right. I don't know if one sheet's going to be enough or not. Time will tell. So I want to cover... I don't actually... Stay still. I don't actually need to... It's directional, this. It's got text going that way. I don't need to go right to the end of this page, to be honest. Because you're not going to see beyond, at the very most, about there. So, yeah, I'll just cut a bit off that's going to cover that. Let's just check that again to make sure. Yeah, that's absolutely adequate. Get my pencil. I'm just going to mark it there. Put a sizable mark because it's on pattern paper. And we'll cut that off and see what we've got left for the pocket or whatever. Of course, you don't have to make it out the same paper, and I have come unstuck earlier in this book by using the same paper for a pocket and a base, so I'm thinking that's my mark. Roll call. How about a roll call?
Why not? Let's give it a go. I'm bound to miss somebody today because it's been so long and there's so many people.
Sorry.
Roz.
Hi, Roz.
Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Ki-young.
Hi, Ki-young.
Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Jean.
Hi, Jean.
Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen.
Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Shaz.
Hi, Shaz.
Benice.
Hello, Benice.
Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Janya.
Hello, Janya. Are you back home?
Yep, I think so. Hester.
Hi, Esther.
Violet.
Hello, Violet.
Gonnie.
Hi, Gonnie.
Nancy.
Hello, Nancy.
Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Helen.
Hello, Helen.
Susan.
Hello, Susan.
Miranda.
Hi, Miranda.
Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Janet.
Hi, Jan.
Leslie.
Hi,
If
Leslie.
I've missed you, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
If I've missed you, you have to shout out.
Okay. Well, that's nice of you all to join us, honestly. I know that you've probably all got...
Janice is at home.
Hey, well done, girl. You made it back. Is that the mark? I think that's the mark. Let's have a look then. See what's what. Is that the bit for there? Yeah, that's the bit for there. That's going to fold over there. Yeah, that's... Oh, I think they're upside down. That's it. Generally, the plants grow up, don't they?
Yeah, but then the words go the other way, so...
Words go that way. Don't know if you can see that, actually. It's probably a bit obscured. You can see the text there. I think we're the right way now. The plants have got to go that way, surely. Right, let's ink this and glue it. I'm using archival ink today because I'm having... it's my favourite ink at the moment. it doesn't seem to be so wet. You know, sometimes when you use distress ink, it almost weakens your paper where you've inked. So I'm using the archival. See how I get on with it. There we are. I'm just going to use this in behind this sheet so I can actually see where I'm going. Yeah, that's fine. So a bit of glue on there. It's been a very nice bright morning here, but extremely cold for us. I mean, I know in Canada, etc., you get much more extreme weather, but for us, I mean, they're forecasting -15, which is very cold for this country. But it's probably helping lockdown, because I can't imagine too many people want to go out in -15. There we go. Right, so just stick that down. And see if I want to use the same paper or not for my pocket. That's just almost the right size. It's not, though, so it wouldn't do, but it almost is. What about this? No, that's no use. Right, I'm going to have to look for another piece then. Look through here again, see what I can find. That's pretty with a bird, but oh, there's that. That's kind of similar, isn't it, with the plants? Let's have a go at that. I'll put these two bits back in there. Probably never ever going to see the light of day again. So let's mark this one then where we want it. I'm not entirely sure that pocket's square. That's better. I was going to put a little bit of glue along there, just to make matters easier. We'll hold it where we want it. There we go. I must say I'm really, really, really impressed by everybody's work that's going up in our Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, it's Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal group. Pop over, join in. You'll see everybody's version of what I'm making. And you will be, well, if you're anything like me, you will be totally blown away by the amount of people who are doing it and just the quality of what they're doing. It's amazing. Oh, it's lovely to see. It really is. You know, some people who I haven't seen post before are posting, and I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. So thank you, everyone, for that. In these horrible, horrible times, and honestly, let's be honest, I don't think that anybody living, well, very few people living, have lived through a worse time than this. So, you know, let's just keep crafting, keep smiling, keep going on, keep moving forward. And we'll be all right together, we'll be fine. I've lost my mark. There it is. So once again, for those of you new to the channel, I use a quilting ruler and a rotary cutter, and I find that I get more precision doing that. You might use a ruler and a knife. If you do, just be careful. They're very sharp, as some of the people here in our group will attest to. So there we are, that's going to fit on there. Yeah, I quite like that, it's quite nice. Looks sort of botanical-ified. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink down this edge here, because that will sort of be seen, it's part of it. There we go. And I'm going to ink around here as well. So if you're watching this and you're not joining in the live chat, please consider doing so. I'm not sure exactly what it is you've got to do so as you can become part of the live chat. Would any of the ladies who are...
I know you have to have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, but you don't actually have to put anything on it, do you?
No, but you have to have a YouTube account.
Yeah. And then you can join in the live chat. And that really is a real community. I feel like I know everybody who's on the live chat, and I think most people feel the same. It's my social life, to be honest. Right, so I'm going to stick that down there. And then that will be our page prepared for the altered paperclip. All right.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
I can hear you thinking. What are you thinking?
I'm just trying to memorise all the technical drawing information before it disappears forever.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Right, it's disappearing forever. So there we are. So in the days when people made cards, and I know people still do make cards, this technique is called matting and layering. The bit that you stick on top that's just a little bit shorter than the bit you're sticking it onto is called a mat. I have learnt this because I've been watching Create and Craft on telly. I never made cards, I wasn't a card maker. Just all seemed a bit silly to me because I don't really send any, or very few. But there we are. Right, so that's that page. Well, I need to glue it along there, don't I? I need to shut it to close it up. So let's do that, and then we can leave the book to one side. Actually, I'm going to put double-sided on there, if I can find it. Is it in there? Well, must be in my basket somewhere then. Can see it. Yeah, I'm going to put double-sided because I think with the altered paperclip there might be a bit of pressure on it. So a bit of belt and braces going on. I'm just at the wrong angle. Let's turn it right round. It'll be easier. Right, there we are. And just burnish that down so it's got a good firm hold. This book is going to be so fat at the end by the time we've finished, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be ours, our own book, so doesn't matter how alligator mouth it gets. Right, let's just pop that over onto there. There we are. That's lovely. Let's burnish that right down. So there we are. We've got our pocket ready for our altered paperclip. So let's crack on with the altered paperclip. That looks quite nice actually, doesn't it? Glad I used two different ones. Right, I'll put that over there. So the altered paperclip. First off, you need a paperclip. That's a huge surprise, isn't it? So I'm using this Q Connect I'm not sure if they might not be Amazon's own stuff actually. But anyway, they were relatively inexpensive and I bought them off Amazon. There's 100 of them and they're this size, which is,
It says on the front of the box.
oh, 77 mils. Or, in proper money, 3 inches. Exactly 3 inches. Now I have got larger paper clips than this because Flo sent me one and I really needed more, so I bought more, but they would just be silly. I'll show you them. I wasn't going to, but I'll show you them. Oh, they've got caught in the drawer. No. Oh yeah, they are there. They're in my fastenings drawer. And here they are. These are they. That is the exact one that Flo sent me. And I subsequently bought loads. And I just, I mean, look at the difference in size. You would have thought that was a large one, wouldn't you? Until you saw those. They're just stupidly large and they make me laugh. And whatever it was that they cost me was worth it because they really do make me laugh. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to get 2 pieces of card.
Is it a normal one?
Yeah, that's a normal one there. That's normal. That's the kind of the 3-inch one. And then we've got the Flo variety, which is this one. So yeah, you can choose. Yeah, you can choose whichever size you want, or more likely whichever size you've got to hand. I've discounted these on the grounds of they're just plain stupid, but funny. And I've discounted that because why would I do that? You know, I want to do large. So the first thing I need, I've kept these scraps of card, 12 by 12 that we had yesterday that we were using for the envelope and stuff. I've added that to it, just single-sided. I thought we could perhaps make use of working our waste away, really. So we need 2 pieces that we are going to use as our background, if you like. And I still like that green. It's nice. I quite like the back as well, if it comes to the point that you see the back. So I'm going to tear off 2 pieces that are of a similar size. And I want the tone edge, although I hate tearing things. I've got a decal ruler which would be better, but I seem committed to doing it this way now. So that's probably a bit too big. Yeah, I'll give you some dimensions in a minute. I just want 2 that are about that size. They don't have to be identical, but sort of similar. You could keep those if you wanted, I'm just not going to. So what happens is you take your paper clip and you put it so the long side looks a bit like a trombone. The longest bit goes on the back, so the shortest bit comes over the front like that. Okay, so you then want to tear that off. This is going to go over your page, so you want to tear it off where you think looks kind of reasonable, which I think is about there. Now then, this is where it starts to differ from the altered paper clips that you see everybody doing, because this is the side with the long bit on. I'm now going to put another piece under there. So I've got 2 pieces in there, in the paper clip. and I'm just going to tear this one off so it's a sort of similar kind of size, but not identical, because that'll make it a bit difficult if it's identical. Right, so I want the green on both sides, so I'm going to turn that one over. So I've got my paper clip, and in between the paper clip, I've clipped these two pieces of card paper. It's card really more than paper. Okay, so that's all I've done. I've just torn around them. And what I'm going to do now is ink around them. Ink as we go. I'm going to just use this same archival vintage photo. I mean, I'm using sort of relatively grungy papers for this, and you know, darkish ink. You don't have to do that. You can make it really pretty if you want. Use pinks and all sorts of things. Now I'm going to also do the back, because I'm not sure how much of the back you'll see. You will see some, I suspect. It's taking the ink differently where I've torn it, but that's fine. I think my dabber's coming to the end of its life. Right. Oh no, this side as well. Sorry, it's a bit more inking than I thought. There we go. Right. Look at all the crumbs from my dabber. Oh, crumbs. Right, okay. So, back to the paper clip. And you want to put these two pieces in the clip with the, in my case, the green spotty, but in your case, whichever paper you want on the outside. So you see there is a difference in them, and that's going to be our opening there. But the next thing we need to do is actually glue the clip on in place. So we're going to sandwich it between this and between another piece that we're going to put on. And for that, I'm thinking I'm going to use this butterfly that we made the envelope with yesterday. And I'm very tempted to get my decal edge scissors out, because I've had enough tearing now for one day. Not the world's best tearer. So about there. About there. I can tidy it up if I want later on. Yeah, probably want that a little bit smaller, because I want to be able to see that first layer. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's fine. So once again, guys, sorry about this, but ink it up. Only on the one side, you won't see the back side of this. There we go. So what I'm going to do is sandwich that paper clip between, looks like it's directional, that, between this card here and this card here. But it is metal, so what I'm going to use on the actual clip itself is the E6000. So I'm just going to kind of lather that in this E6000 glue to try and get a really good fix on it, so you don't want it coming out. So that's loads of that around there. Never used so much on one project. And then just the collall on the back of this. Make sure that it's going to stick. Right, so make sure that you're over your pin, your clip, you say, what do you call it? Paper clip, that's the fella. And get a wipe, because there's bound to be glue around the place. There's quite a lot of glue there, but it just, with the collall, it does wipe off. So don't be afraid. There we are. There we are. So give it a really, really good press down so it's making contact with it. Because E6000 works better with a bit of pressure. Well, all glue does really, doesn't it? It's hardly going to stick if it's 12 feet away. Oh dear. So there we are. Don't worry that you can see the paper clip through it. That's not a problem. So let's do the same to the other side. Ooh, my clip's on a bit of a wonk. Never mind. What did I do? Yeah, I just cut out some of this, didn't I? So I want it to about there, let's say. Yeah, just cut these off, kind of on a bit of a wonk. And that's going to go there. Yeah, that's fine. You can take all the time in the world that you want with yours and make sure you get, get the right size and everything else. I'm just trying to give you the idea, and then you can go off and personalise it. And you're making excellent jobs of all this personalisation. I'm loving it. So this is the top. So I want that to be the top. Ooh, that's not very big, is it? But big enough. Be big enough. So, same procedure. Lots of collall. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Just checking.
That's E6000, isn't it?
Yeah, E6000, sorry. I was checking something else. I was checking that I wasn't glued it shut, actually, is what I was checking. So I've got loads of this E6000 around it. If you've got another glue that you swear by for metal and stuff, use that. This is just the one I'm using to try and get that paper clip really, really affixed. And then I'm just going to put collall on the back of this bit. There we go. Now actually I think I want that long ways on rather than the way I cut it. So I'm just going to do that. It'll be fine in the fullness of, but you might want to take care with yours that you cut it the right way. Right, so let's just give that a bit of pressure. Got glue everywhere now. Wipe up the excess. Now, if you're doing this at home and you've got time, I recommend that at this stage you clamp it, or you put clothes pegs on it, or put it under a heavy book or something to make sure that it all sticks really nice and firmly. Because there's quite a lot in there, and there's this big heavy paper clip as well in the middle that you really want to stick. And in a couple of minutes that I'm showing you, it won't stick fully. I know that, but we've encouraged it anyway. We can do a little more at this stage. So that's one side. This is going to be the front. That's the back. So now it's just a matter of decorating it, really. We've kind of done the mechanics. So I'm going to use a bit of lace. I think I quite like this. It's too wide as it is, so I'm just going to cut it down a bit. I'm just going to follow the line of the embroidery on it so as I don't end up with just a square bit of lace. But I want some for the back and the front, so I want... Yeah, that's probably fine for one side. I'll do the back in a minute. Let's just concentrate on one thing at a time. Just going to cut the corner off. I don't like the corners. And pop that there. So you can see why it didn't really matter that the butterflies were the wrong way up. It's important they're there because it's another layer, but it doesn't really matter. So I want to stick that on. Then I was going to put another piece of paper on it actually, but I don't think I will. I'm going to go for plan B, which is I've got this really cute, and it really is, it's a really cute little book of stamps, and they're stickers. How cute is this? It's gorgeous, isn't it? Which of course came from my good friend Ali. So I've got toadstools, flowers, mushrooms, butterflies. Might go for one of the flowery ones. This one says it's from Hong Kong, Norway. Lots of flowers. It's gorgeous, in fact. I'll go for one of the blue flowers. This one, I like that one. So I'm going to stick this lace down first with a little bit of collal. Not much. It's only ever so light, this lace. It's just to say it's stuck, that's all. And it's got a right side and it's got a wrong side. I'm never very sure which is which. So that's that. You could put your gauze down, the gauze that you've dyed, or plain white gauze if you want to. You could put hessian down, burlap. The world is your oyster, really. It's just you decorating this up. So what I want to do is I want to use one of these stamps and also one of my butterflies that I have fussy cut out, just to make a decoration on the top, really. So I've got all of these. That's quite a nice one, isn't it? Does that stand out enough? I don't know. Oh, that's got blue in it. Yeah, that's quite nice. That would look nice with that stamp. So let me just unpeel this stamp. I haven't used any of these. They only arrived the other day. So I'm not sure quite how sticky they are or otherwise. Seem fairly sticky. How about if I put that there and that over the top? Yeah, I mean, oh, come off. I want to ink here. By the ease that came off, I'm thinking it needs a little glue with it, just so it doesn't fall off at some stage. Whee. Just a little bit. Still got some of its own residual stickiness, but so we'll pop that there, like so, and then I'm just going to go over the white edges of this butterfly where it's been fussy cut, just so it doesn't catch the eye. It's more the edge of the paper than the edge of the butterfly sort of thing, the thickness of the paper. I'll just pop that there. I don't know, does he need to be bigger? Do I need a bigger one there? I think that looks better, actually, in fairness. I thought I needed small, but not for the first time in my life. I need the largest size. Right, so let's stick him on then. and we're making progress. I want to try and preserve that. It says ER there for our queen, and I want to kind of preserve that bit if I can. Right, okay, there we are. So we now want to do a similar thing to the other side. What was the first thing I put down? Lace. Right, so we need a little bit of lace. You don't have to make both your sides the same, incidentally. It's really up to you what you fancy doing. So, yeah, I think that'll be all right there. I've got some glue where I haven't got any lace, so I'll just wipe that off. Press that down. Right, so the next thing was what? The stamp and a butterfly. Okay, so let's find another stamp we like. Well, I kind of like them all, really. So that's the toadstooly ones. Like that one. Yeah, let's go for that one. I am liking these stamps. I think they're really convenient. I wasn't, to be honest, when I ordered them, I didn't know what I was ordering. I didn't know it was going to be this. But had I known, I would have definitely ordered them. But when it came, I thought, oh, don't remember ordering those. As is often the case with Ali, it is a bit of hit and miss, to be honest. And take care with the sizes, because sometimes they look like they're a whole sheet of A4, and then you get them and they're, you know, they're this size. So, yeah, take care. But another thing that I got, if I can show you, I got today from Ali was this stamp. You see, it's like a lace edge. And I really, really like that. I've no idea how it stamps out, but I'm guessing it'll be fine. And it was £2 4p. Just strikes me as a bargain. So we need another envelope, butterfly for there. That's quite nice. And the flowers are yellow. Do we want the big yellow one? I quite like that, actually. It's big and bold, isn't it? Yeah, let's go with that. So once again, I'm inking the thickness of the paper, not so much the edge of the butterfly, but more the thickness, so you don't see that white core. And it does make a difference because that white just catches your eye. So I'll stick that onto there like that, I think. Okay. Oh, look, this must have been out of a book and I've had to make a decision. I've gone for the yellow fellow. The yellow fellow. You're right, Mr. F. You're very quiet today.
Will you just flow in, my dear?
I'm flowing.
I don't like to stop your flow.
Oh, you're welcome to stop my flow anytime you like.
I can make a brew.
No, I don't want a brew today. I just want my pot, please. So you could, if you wanted, put gems down there. If you were of Jen's persuasion, you could put gems. Thank you, my love. So there we are. We have basically now got a double-sided altered paper clip. So let's get a bit of paper and show you. It goes on there, you push it on all the way, and there you have it. It's on that side, and hey presto, it's on that side too. So we have made a double one, which is kind of out of the ordinary. Most people only make one side. You have got this little bit of paperclip sticking out. You could have been more careful and made sure that it really, really didn't stick out, or you could have put a bit of washi tape over the end before you started, which would be an idea if you didn't want it to be seen. But I quite like the idea of taking a piece of ribbon and threading it through. It's going to be a bit difficult because there's not much room. Let's see if I can thread this through like that. And then I can tie a bow with it. I mean, obviously you can use any colour ribbon, that goes without saying. I just happened to have this green bit that I'd cut off the other day for something, and it never got used. So that just makes it sort of even prettier, if you like. Oh, I need more. I need more. It's not long enough. Need more on this side. There we go. So tie yourself a nice bow there. And you can straighten it out till your heart's content. But there we are, it's not too bad. I'll just chop the ends off a little bit. And on this one. Right, okay, so that's us up to that stage. So that's going to be what you'll see on the front page. This is what you'll see on the back page. So you're not really seeing the paperclip at all. But we haven't finished yet. Oh no. Just going to pull that through a little bit. It's just a bit on the large side. There we go. Right, what I'm going to do now is I am going to put a hole in there and put an eyelet in it. Now I can't use my big crocodile for this because it's not, I can't get it in. And don't be persuaded to pull the paperclip apart at this stage to get your hole in, because you'll never get it flat again. You'll regret it. So I'm using my little handheld jobby. So I can go in just to the top layer, and I'm just trying to see where that hole is. And I think I want it about there. Ooh, that's quite near the edge, but never mind, it'll be all right, I think. So I'm going to put an eyelet in anyway, so I think we'll be okay. I just need to clip out this. That punch will not cut fabric, it just doesn't. So I need to cut out the bits of fabric, of lace, should I say. Well, lace is fabric. So there we are, that's that. So I'm going to use one of my crocodile eyelets. And I'm going to use one of the dark ones. Do I need another one for this? Yeah, I think I do, so I'll lay two out. Shut that up, otherwise they'll end up everywhere. And this also sets eyelets, so excellent. So pop your eyelet into your hole. I could have done with that being slightly further away from the edge, but it isn't, so let's live with it. So that's it in there.
Can you get in?
Yeah, I think so. Squish that and let's hope that's okay. Yeah, that's great. That's perfect. Nothing wrong with that. And that saved us having to pull the paperclip apart, because it really does not want to go back together once you've done that. So there we are. We've got that. We've got a hole. Now then, coming up next, what do we have? we have jump rings. Now, if you haven't got jump rings, they're kind of one of those things I would recommend. And to be honest, if you're in the States, I'd go to somewhere like BB Crafts. They sell loads of them nicely boxed, and the delivery is free over something like £15 or something. So, it might well be worth your while looking there, anywhere else where, does good value. Now then, into here, I'm going to put a jump ring. So there it is. And I've got lots of pliers. I'm sure you can do this by hand probably, but I'm a bit of a klutz, as you all know. So I'm just going to hold that. And with jump rings, you don't pull them apart, you twist them to get an opening. So get the bit that opens on the front, on the top, and twist it like that. And then, well, let's get organised with what's going on it. I have got these gorgeous little charms, and they are what's called connectors. Charms ordinarily have got one hole at the top that you put your bulb clip through, or your whatever these are called, jump rings, and that's it. These ones I bought specifically because they're connectors. They have a little hole at the top and they have a little hole at the bottom. So in a piece of jewellery, they would go between 2 jump rings and 2 maybe larger stones or something like that. I wanted them to connect, well, kind of what I'm connecting now, which you'll see. So the jump ring is going to go onto our hole, but before we do that, I'm just going to put our charm onto it. Either end, doesn't matter, doesn't seem to have a top and a bottom, this. So I've got that on my jump ring. I then feed the jump ring, one end of the jump ring, through that eyelet that we've just put on. This is all technical stuff for me, I can tell you. I've lost the end. I really don't want to have to call Mr. F to do this. I want to be seen to be proficient in at least something. So I'm holding the jump ring with that. I'm going to feed the other end, there, through there, get my other pliery things and shut the jump ring up, which might be easier said than done. Oh, I don't know, I might have. I believe I have. Yeah, might not look great, but it's done. Right, so there it is, our altered paper clip with an eyelet, a jump ring and a connector piece on it. So what I want now is just to put something on the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is something fairly plain. You can go to town on this bit if you want to, but I'm just going to take a piece of card. I don't want it to be very big really, but I am going to measure it so I can give you an idea. I want it to be about 1.25 inches wide, something like that. You can, see what you fancy yourself. And I'm just going to chop that off there. And I'm going to chop it off at 4 inches, but I don't really need it that big. But we'll see. Right, so that's a piece that's 4 by 1.25, but they really are an arbitrary measurement. That side doesn't even look square. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it up like that. And fold that down, and as I say, it doesn't look square, so I'm going to square it off. So you've just got a piece of cardboard, ostensibly, that's all you've got. I'm just going to cut that off square, or a bit squarer anyway. Glue that down and ink it. Is everybody following along, or am I not making sense? Is everybody okay?
I believe so.
Phew. That's a relief, isn't it? Let me just get a board out so I can press this down.
Nobody's actually used the words, what's the crazy woman up to today?
Yeah. I think they just don't like to say that.
No.
They feel it, but they don't say it. I mean, do you think that they watch for crafting tips or for a laugh? I don't know. Could be either. Right, so I've got that stuck down, and ostensibly all I've got is a piece of cardboard. That's it. You could go around it with your decollage scissors. I'm going to leave mine like that, just because. And I'm just going to ink around it.
Sharon says, where I'm with you, Miss P, and just as crazy. Jean says, oh my goodness, I watched for all of it.
Thanks, Jean.
The good, the bad and the ugly.
Oh dear. Right, so that's that. Now I want to put an eyelet in it because, as you will have worked out, it's going to go onto there. It's just going to be a little dangly thing off there. And I also want to add a butterfly on it to complement the butterfly. I'm not putting one on both sides because I just think that would get a bit silly. You know, they get tangled up and whatever. You can, if you think you can control a double dangle, then... Let me just say that again. If you can control a double dangle, good luck to you. I'm going for the single version.
And if you can, let me know.
Right, but I think that butterfly that we saved from earlier is probably going to look all right on there. Like I say, you might not be using butterflies at all. You could be using anything, bits of lace, anything you like. Wait till I get my throat jobbies before I start coughing. That envelope punch board yesterday, wasn't it amazing? I loved it. I want to make envelopes now, every size that you can think of. But I'm not doing that. I'm curbing that desire. Right, I'm going to stick this butterfly on here anyway, because we're getting silly now. Double dangle, triple dog day. Oh my goodness, double dangle. Oh dear. I know, I realised as I said it, oh my goodness. I don't think this is the thing to be saying, but I'd said it by then. There was no censoring myself by that stage. It had happened. So I'm sticking this down here. Oh my goodness me, that's just ridiculous. Ooh, it's on the move. Anyway, that's okay, that's fine.
Cynthia says, wow, I just tuned in and we're talking about double dangles.
Sorry, Cynthia. Really, I am. We don't often talk about double dangle. I've never talked about a double dangle in my life before. It just happened. So I think that's stiff enough. No.
Rigid?
I think the card is sturdy enough to support that little bit of the butterfly that's sticking out. If you've just got paper, you might want to cut that out, cut that off or fold it round to the back or whatever. However, I think we're all right. So I'm going to put another eyelet in there. So I want it kind of in the middle. So that's about there. I'm just going to use my same little tool, because that's the one I've got out. And if you use it this way up, it's got bits stuck in it. That is the one thing about this that I seem to remember I didn't like. It gets the bits stuck in it. But from here you can see in the top, so you can see where you want to put your your hole. And eyelet. You could go crazy with this, with glitter and all sorts of stuff, really. So that goes onto that prong and gets crunched down. So there we are. So you know now what's happening, don't you? There's a jump ring that occurs. I've lost the jump rings. Oh, there it is. Honestly, we have a shortage of jump rings. Now I've used these, we have four left. That's it, in the entire house that we can find. So I really need some jump rings. So I'm just going to twist this open like that, feed that onto it like that, feed the other end of my connector thing, what do you call it, charm, onto there, then close that up. Yay, I think I've done it. Oh, maybe not. It's not far off though. Yeah, I think that's about all right, really. So, what's going on? Oh yeah, that's it. So there we have it, guys and gals. That is your double-sided altered paper clip with dangle, ribbon, you name it. So where's our book till we see if it actually works? There might be a bit of toing and froing with this. I realise when you watch it back you might have to go in. So that should just... There's the opening, the bit where we left the longer bit on the back. So that slides into there, that slides into there. It grips. Oops, mind your dangle. Put it a bit higher up. There we are. Look at that. There we have it. I mean, it's not actually doing anything there because it's not holding anything in place. But if, for example, you had, I don't know, what can you have? What have I got hanging around? Not much. Right, if I had this, for example, that I wanted to put on a different piece of paper, like this, and this was in a journal, and this was, say, an envelope. I'm doing a lot of saying, aren't I? Then you put that on the side of your page. You've held this in place. You've added a bit of embellishment to your page, quite a bit actually. You've got this sticking out the side, which I always like. And when you turn the page, this is what you've got. So a double-sided altered paper clip. I see. I didn't do the dangle properly. Oh, I'm gonna have to have another look at my dangle. I haven't shut it properly. It is a bit fiddly, I really will say. I find this fiddly. Let's have a look. If you don't shut it then properly, then of course things come out, don't they? Let's just see if I can get this shut properly. I'll put that onto... See, I'm not a jewellery maker at all. I haven't got steady enough hands, as you can tell. Right, come on guys, just go together nicely. Play nice. I think that's it. I'll get Mr. F to look at it after the event, but I don't think we're far out there. So yeah, you could have an envelope, sheet of paper, a floating pocket, anything you like on the side of your journal, like that. There's your journal page, say, for example, and you want to attach that. So you just come in like that. Most people have got a single-sided altered paper clip, so you know, it looks lovely from this side. You turn it over and it's just a plain paper clip. Not so here. Oh no, we've got double and it works perfectly. It does the job really well. So there you go, guys. That is today's... Oh, I haven't dated it. That's no good. Need the date, don't we?
Oh, is that where I come in?
That's where you come in. Could you type me a date, please? You've been entrusted with the typewriter.
Ooh, I get to play with the typewriter.
I quite like that bow on the side, but of course you don't need to add that if you don't want to.
Genuine sound effects.
Yeah, get going then. It's nice, isn't it? You like it, guys? Get that dingle and make it dangle. Nancy, sometimes you shock me. Oh, fiddly dangle, be warned. You're quite right, Shaz. It is a bit fiddly. Those jump rings I find fiddly, but so it's thank you very much. 9th of January 2021. Indeed it is. So I'll put down there with my... Sounds nice, your typewriter.
Thank you.
You could always get a job as a secretary, couldn't you? That's what they used to say to women of my age when we were at school. You know, the job would be a nurse, a police lady, I think they were called. I don't even think they were called police women. And their entire job was to look after sort of children and wives of people who wrongdoers, let's say. Sorry, Jania, but you could be a cabin crew, flight air hostess, they were called in my day, or a secretary. That was it. But whatever job you did it just until you met your husband. Honestly, it sounds so antiquated that was actually in my lifetime, but it was. So if you wanted to be a scientist or something and you were a woman, you were a bit different.
Never stopped you, did it, my dear?
No, it didn't stop me, but it could have done.
You're still on the lookout for Mr. Right.
I know, keep looking, huh? So, where shall I put the dates?
Just a placeholder.
No, you're not. I think I'll put it there. I quite like it there, actually. So a little bit of glue. A little bit of glue will do. Where were you yesterday, Jean, when we had Bob's your uncle? You weren't even here, and we were bobbing it. There we go. I'm going to put that on square. I could put it on a kilter, but nah, I like it square. I like it like that. That's nice. So you know what that means, don't you? Tomorrow we're in double digits. Tomorrow we hit double digits. Amazing. So there you go, guys. It's just another fat thing in our journal. It's going to make the pages bulge out. But really, I think it's... I personally myself, I quite like it. I like the idea that it's got a dangle on it. And as I say, if you want to do a double dangle, then I dare you. Yes, Kathleen, things have changed since then. Yeah, you're dead right, yeah. A teacher or a nurse. So there we are. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for sticking with me. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you can find a place for it in your journal. I've looked on YouTube, and I can't find anything that is identical to this. Not saying I've invented it, because nobody's invented anything, have they really, ever? Tomorrow will be a different prompt from our prompt sheet. It could be anything. I really have no idea at this juncture. I'm so tempted to do envelopes for every day of January. Now I've got my lovely envelope board. But it'll be something different, and I will see you at 2 o'clock UK time. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us today. We've enjoyed your company as ever. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you. Bye.
Tomorrow I might have a triple dangle.
No triple dangles. Bye, everyone.
Bye, take care.